Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of Masterclass. And today's session is again on a very interesting topic, and that is networking. Why it is important to network, and what are the tips of networking? If you want to build a strong and a big network, what steps you should take? Okay, so let's see, without wasting any time. So first we'll see the benefits of network, why one should build a professional network. Okay. Now we are talking here about the professional network, right? Great. Not a personal network of friends. So 85% of people who are involved in small businesses, who run small businesses, or even professionals who have their own practice or consultancies, etc., they say 85% of them say that they get customers because of mouth to mouth publicity. That is networking. Yeah. So you have to spread a word about yourself. If you spread a word and if you meet a lot of people, they will talk about you, and that's how you will get your 85% customers, right? So that's the first important reason. 78% of the startups also say that networking is vital for their entrepreneurial endeavors. Startups need networking on a large scale because they need to meet investors, they need clients and customers, the early customers, and then to grow for ahead. So networking is very important even for startups and even for job seekers. So even if you are in employment, 2016 LinkedIn report says that 85% of all the jobs are filled via networking. And no doubt, LinkedIn has become number one site today, even for seeking jobs. Yeah. So if there is so much benefit of networking, then why not build a strong network, right? So let's see how to build a strong network. But before we go there, let's see the other benefits. So some of the benefits of networking are it creates opportunities for new partnerships. You get new clients, new customers, new business partners, and so on and so forth. A lot of partnerships. Generate referrals for your business. Get clients or positions. If you're in employment, you can get good positions. If you know certain people who are at the helm of the affairs in the respective companies, you want to get a job in say for example Amazon today, and if you know a few people in Amazon who are the decision makers, then obviously your chances of getting a job are much higher, right? So therefore networking is very important, and it enables you to continue your education. When you meet people, there are two things here. Education means two things. One is that when you join certain like in yesterday's session we were discussing about upgrading yourselves, upgrading your skills, so you can join skill courses. So when you join skill courses, you automatically build a network with your course students who have come there. Then there are executive programs like executive MBA is there of Harvard and a lot of Indian colleges as well. IIMs and even ISB has executive programs, so you can join these programs, and there when you join these programs you get to meet a lot of top people in the industry because they also come from across different industries into that program, so you make a good network with all of them. Secondly, when you talk to people, when you have a good network and you meet them and you talk with them, you get to learn so much because they are into the industry. They can give you very good insights, and trends. So you learn about the latest trends and the latest insights, and that helps you indirectly in your own business or your profession. Yeah. So if in this whole masterclass we are talking about so many different things, and we are learning so many different strategies and skills and mindset and so on and so forth, if I were to rate what's the best out of it, what's the best thing that you can take and develop, is equally along with the mindset, networking is on the same plane. Okay, so networking would come on the first line. So therefore networking is very, very important for you and crucial. And in fact, if you are in business or a small business, It is inevitable. If you don't grow your network, you will not be able to grow your business. Okay. So now let's see the tips of networking success, what you have to do. So a lot of tips I'm going to give you in this today's session. You will take these tips, you will implement them. That's important. You will implement all these tips, you will work on them, develop these skills, and build a very strong network. Okay. And then in another session, we'll take certain networking tools like LinkedIn or Facebook, you can say, or Instagram. So these are social media channels. Twitter is also there, and LinkedIn is a professional channel. So how to use these social media and professional channels to grow your network, that will take in a separate session altogether. Okay, but today we are going to see how to grow network. So first is attend lot of business networking events. Whenever you hear, and I'm talking about business, doesn't mean that if you're an employee you will not attend the same. If you're an employee in a particular organization, whatever business that organization does is important for you. So if you see any event happening in relation to that kind of business, you must go and attend those events. Okay, so that can be a conference or a seminar or a webinar. A lot of events happen. You attend all these. Okay, select the people you want to connect to. Now, which programs will you attend? When this question comes that, okay, which events should I attend? Because there are so many events happening day in and day out. So firstly, you identify the people with whom you want to make connections. So first identify the people, the target audience. Okay. Number two, where can they be found? Where can they be found? And then go and attend these events. So obviously, if you are, say, for example, into IT business and you want to make connections with a few IT people, like for example, if you are in say blockchain, okay, you are developing something in blockchain, or you are into artificial intelligence. Now you know that my technology or the things that I develop will be useful for so many different kinds of people. Say for example, hospitals can use your technology. Then you will not only attend the IT events, but you will also attend the hospital events. So whenever you find that hospitals have some kind of events happening, medical events are happening, IMA, Indian Medical Association is there, they keep holding seminars and events and so on and so forth for doctors. So you go and attend those events as well, because that is the place where you will find your target audience. So don't only look at your business, but also look at the business of your clients, customers, and so on and so forth. So first identify the people with whom you want to connect, then see where these people can be found, and then go and attend those events, which can be a business event, trade fairs. A lot of trade fairs happen, seminars, conferences. These are offline conferences which happen in 5-star hotels and in big halls. So you go and attend them, or you can attend the online webinars. Then second is choose a goal. So first is attending events. Now the second point is choose a goal. Why do you want to connect with people? The goal is always important. This we have been discussing since long, so I'll not give too much of time here. So, but the point is clear. Determine your goals. Okay, before you attend any kind of meetings, before you go out to network, set your goals. So your goals can be like make new connections, or donate your time to the community, or simply learn about the latest developments in your business or industry. So why you are going to attend some events? Define your goal before going there. Okay, why you are going there? To make connections, or just to serve the community, and so on and so forth. Then get social in your off hours. This is a very crucial point. You know, we take business networking too seriously. And when I say too seriously, it means that we get too formal while making the business connections. But that's not required. You know, most of the best connections are made on the golf course. in US and Japan and other places, the developed nations, all the top entrepreneurs and the CEOs and VPs and presidents and all, you can find them on the golf course. And they say that the best place to network and get connected is the golf course. So that's true. So don't take it too seriously. Off hours are also equally important. So it can be a hobby that you follow, it can be gym, it can be swimming pool, it can be on golf course, or it can be anywhere. It can be in a pub, it can be anywhere. So find your clients, see where they are and what they do, and then go there. That's important. Or it can be just dropping your children to the school, so you can use different techniques. And off hours also makes a very good sense because people are not so much guarding themselves. Okay, if you meet somebody in his office, he'll be obviously in a very formal attitude and atmosphere, and he'll always be guarding his business secrets. But when you meet that person in a gym, he'll be much open to you, or on a golf course he'll be much open, and that's when the friendships are made, long-term relationships are made. Then fourth tip is know your worth. You have to know what you are going to do and why you are building this network. Okay, so best thing is practice your elevator pitch. Make your elevator pitch and practice it so that whenever you meet people, you will be able to tell them who you exactly are and what you do. Okay, so that's also very important. So what you do, for whom you do it, and why customers should choose you over your competition. So if you want to beat the competition and if you want to get good business, then practice your elevator pitch. Now, what is an elevator pitch? So in startups, we use this terminology very often. It is something. Now, why the word elevator has come? So there's a history, then there's a story behind it, but I'll not go into the story right now. We don't have time. But just to tell you that if you are traveling in an elevator from say ground floor to the 10th floor, how much time will it take? Around a minute, maybe 45 seconds to a minute. So elevator pitch means the time. So you have to make a pitch about your business which is completed in that 45 seconds before two people get out of the elevator. So say for example, you enter into an elevator with somebody of your interest, means you wanted to talk to the CEO of the company, and suddenly one day you both enter into the elevator at the same time. So you have got that crucial 45 seconds now, because he's not doing anything. He's waiting for the lift door to open, and 45 seconds are exclusively for you. So you can pitch yourself in that 45 seconds to that person and win his answer, which is yes. So that's crucial. So that's called as elevator pitch. So prepare that elevator pitch. Then next is identify conversational icebreakers. So how many of you are exceptional speakers? You can go and talk to any person out there today. Very few of us, right? But most of us have that, a barrier. We are not so open talking to people and making friends, maybe in the first go. So therefore, use these icebreakers. Icebreakers mean certain things which you use to open up a conversation on a positive note. So there are two tips that I'll give you today. One is compliment. Use a lot of compliments. So whenever you see a person and you want to go and talk to that person, now compliment should also be very, honest compliment. Don't give dishonest compliments. Give an honest compliment. Like, you are looking very good today. Your suit is very smart. Or you are wearing good boots. Where did you get them? And along with that compliment, add a question. Because if you just give a compliment, he will say thank you very much. And then the conversation will stop there. So always add a question to it. So I'll not just compliment about the shoes, but I also say, where did you get them? Yeah. So that's very crucial, because then the conversation opens. then the other person has to reply. So he'll say, thank you, I got it from Bata or maybe Metro shoes. Oh, which Metro? So then the next question. So you ask one question, then he'll give an answer, listen carefully, and put another question. Which Metro? The Bandra one or the Borivali one, or which one? Oh, is there any discount presently? Is there any sale in that shop right now? When did you get there? Okay, this. So you build on the conversation, right? And then slowly you bring it to the business conversation. So give a compliment and ask questions. Questions should be very intelligent questions, not dumb questions. Okay. And one question should lead to another question. If time permits, someday I'll take a class on conversational hypnosis as well. Okay. So we'll deal this question in detail. Then the next point is bring a buddy. If you are not too confident to go to any business event by yourself, bring somebody along with you, maybe with similar interests, who also wants to build a network. But make sure that you two don't sit in a corner of the room and talk the whole day. Okay, otherwise it will be a total waste of time. So you have gone there, meet people, okay, and see that you don't sit in a corner and waste a lot of time. Then overcome introversion. And this we have seen many times in earlier sessions as well. Extroverts and introverts. So if you are an introvert, then you have to try some things. Like one technique I just told you, icebreakers. So practice your icebreakers before going to a meeting. Okay. So first you brainstorm on different icebreakers. So it can be a conversation, it can be a compliment, it can be a question. So you practice it before going to the event. Okay. Don't go without practice, because if you just go there, it will be difficult for you to build a question. So practice these questions, prepare a set of 10-15 questions and use them invariably at different points for different kind of people in different circumstances. Okay. So prepare your icebreakers and practice them. Secondly, even when you are conversing with people and you suddenly get overwhelmed, at times we get overwhelmed. So just take a breather, go to the washroom, okay, take a walk, and then come back. Grab a cup of coffee or do anything, and then come back again to the meeting. Then the next point is find a reason to follow up. This is very important, very crucial, because even if you have a very excellent conversation with somebody in that meeting or in that seminar or the conference or webinar, as the case may be, it is possible that after a few days you will forget about each other, right? So follow up is equally important. So number one is share the emails and the phone numbers if possible, and then keep following up. Now, keep following up doesn't mean that you will send a good morning message every single day. Don't do that, because in business that's not considered good. But do it often, like maybe once in 15 days, okay, or once in a month at least. So that's a good time to follow up. Okay. And how do you follow up? Don't just ask or send such forwards. It's a big no. Don't send forwards, a good morning message or a good evening or good night message. Don't do that. Make intelligent conversation. So ask questions. Have you read about this book? Book is a very good thing. And by the way, when you meet people, also, apart from the business conversation, try to know their personal interests. That's also very crucial. Try to know which kind of books they like or read, which kind of movies they like, which kind of actors and actresses they like. So which kind of sports they play or like to watch, So when you have these things in a repository and you make, like in business, we make a customer profile, customer segmentation, customer profiling we do. So similarly, you make a profile of all these important contacts, okay, important people whom you have met and they are part of your network. So make a profile. So come home, write down everything about that person that you have come to know. What are his interests? What are his hobbies? How many people he has in his home, his wife and kids? What do the kids do? Which class they go to? And build this profile over a period of time. Don't ask so many questions in the first place, in the first meeting itself. Okay, what's the name of your wife? Okay, how many kids you have? Okay, what is their age? Which school they go to? Don't do that in the first instance. Slowly. But as you learn new things about that person, come home and make this diary. Okay, write everything about that person in that diary. And then, so now you know about his birthday, about his marriage anniversary, about his children, which school they go to, which class they are in. So you know a lot of things happen in the course of the year. The happy birthdays and the anniversaries, the kids passing out of the school, So send greetings. That's a very important thing, to send greetings. And if possible, send physical greetings, physical cards. If not possible, then send it through mail. Okay. So keep in touch. That's important. To build lasting relationships, that's important. Building a relationship is okay, but building lasting relationships is crucial, because trust builds over time. It may not build in the first instance, it may not build in the first meeting, but it will definitely build over time. The next is, don't be negative. So when you go into a meeting, never talk negatively. Never speak behind any person. Never talk about your boss, your colleagues, or any other person. Okay, never talk in a negative sense. That's a big no-no. Because what happens is that when you talk negatively about one person, so I'm talking to one person, Mr. Alex, and I'm talking negatively about Mr. Rock. What Alex will think that after this meeting, this guy is going to talk negatively about me also. So therefore, never talk negatively. Then don't be selfish. This is a very crucial point. So first you give. Every relationship is a give and take relationship, right? So first you give, then you ask. That should be the formula. So anytime you meet somebody, first ask them, how can I help you, sir? Is there any way I can help you in your business? Or whatever help I can make. So first, always ask to help, and then ask for yourself. So look for opportunities to help your networking contacts prosper in their own careers. That's very crucial. How can I connect you with people? Okay, what business you do? How can I connect you with my contacts? So share your contacts and be very honest about them. And don't be afraid to ask for what you want. So after you have offered to help, do ask what help you need as well. Be very positive about it. Okay, don't ask something in a negative sense. We go in a self-doubt mode when we ask for something. Don't do that. Be very confident. Can you help me with that? Can you help me with this? I have built a new product. Can you see that product? Can you give your review about that product? Be very positive when you are asking for help, because people are ready to help. If they see confidence in you, they will be more than ready to help you. So be bold enough to ask for assistance. That's very crucial. Don't be timid. Be bold. And before attending that next meetup or seminar, make sure that you have articulated what you want to ask. So again, that elevator pitch. So you also have to articulate what is your ask. Okay, make it very clear and concise and precise. This is what I want, nothing else. Can you help me? If you just ask this question, can you help me with my business? That will not make any sense. But can you help me connect to that person who can invest in my business? This is called a specific ask. So your ask should not be general. It should be very specific. Okay. Then apart from this, let's see some networking skills. So these are the tips how you will develop your network. Now what skills you must have, to develop a network. Let's see that. So just we'll go through this. Very interesting. Active listening. First is active listening. Active listening means you listen very carefully, give full attention to the other person. Give full attention, absolute attention to the other person. Look into his eyes while he's speaking. Okay, be very attentive and follow up with clarifying questions. So don't just listen and be dumb. So you ask questions. Okay, so what is this? So what is that? Can you explain me this point? You just said that this is this. So can you explain it to me further? So be interested also. Don't just listen to listen, but be interested also in his conversation. So ask questions. Okay, do two things. Second, communication skills. And we have been discussing this in the past sessions as well. So communication skills are also very important. How do you convey is the crucial point. So here you have to keep track of how you convey things, the way you speak, the way you convey, the way you put your points in front of the other person. That's all very crucial. So interact with others and even tackle issues and discussions that may come up during the conversation. So you have to be mindful of the way you communicate. And this includes your tone of the voice, the language you use, and even your urgency to speak over others. Don't cut people out. Okay, let them speak. Be very patient. Take your time, and when your time comes, you speak. Okay, don't speak before that. Don't cut other people in between. And that's a very wrong thing that people do. And I've seen many people doing it, that they start speaking even when the other person has not finished his talk. And that's a very off-putting, Then non-verbal communication is also equally important. Non-verbal communication means your body language. And actually it is said that it is around 90 to 95% of the communication. So what you speak is just 5 to 10%. What you don't speak but you show is actually 90% of the communication. So that's also very crucial. So focus on your facial expressions. So when you're talking to somebody, like I'm talking to you right now, I'm looking in the camera, means you can see me looking at you. Okay. Now, if I'm talking to you, but I'm looking somewhere else, yes, okay, yeah. So this person is talking to me and I'm looking somewhere else. That is so off-putting, So that's not a good body language. So look into the eyes. Now, look into the eyes doesn't mean that you stare at him. Looking into the eyes doesn't mean staring at somebody. It is, that broader vision that we were talking about. So looking into the eyes doesn't mean the tunnel vision, It means a broader vision, but you are attentive. Your focus is on that person, the face of that person. That's crucial. So look into your facial expressions, your body language, your stance, how you're standing. People stand like this and they do a lot of things, the fidgeting and all. Don't do that. Be very confident. And even your position towards your co-speaker, how you're standing, what is your stance. Now, when we talk about stance, there are two types of stance that you can take. One is one-to-one. So if two people are conversing, you should stand exactly in front of each other, looking at that person while he's speaking. But if you have 3 or 4 people in a group, means the whole group is there and you are talking to each other, then you should have the open stance, not a closed stance. When only 2 people are talking, you can have a closed stance. But if you want somebody else to join this group, join the conversation, then have an open stance. So 2 people should stand like this, not like this. They should stand like this. And though they are talking with each other, but they have kept this place open for third person to come and join that meeting. So all these are important tools that you should learn. Then interpersonal skills, that is how you get along with another person. You have to develop your interpersonal skills as well. Be open to subtle hints. Here it is very important to understand what the other person wants. And as I said, body language plays 90% role in any communication. So when the other person is speaking that 10%, you listen to it, but you also read the remaining 90%. That's very crucial. Reading that remaining 90% which he is not speaking. So you can understand a lot of things. So be open to hints. People give hints. Okay. Like somebody is smiling at you, though he or she is standing far away, but sometimes your eyes cross each other and they give a smile. That means they're ready to talk. So you go and speak. So understand the hints. Hints are very crucial. Okay. There are many people who don't understand the hints. Great. And read the situation in a social setting. So reading situations is also very crucial. Like if you go into a room and 3 or 4 people are sitting there and conversing, it can be in office, it can be at home, it can be at a business meet. You can judge, what is happening in that room, what kind of conversation must be taking place before you enter that room. You can judge that by just seeing the vibe, the vibrations, and looking at the body language of those people. So if they were discussing something, very positive thing, you will see a very positive vibe in that room. Or if they were speaking negatively, or they were discussing the losses that the company has incurred and they were very tensed while discussing that, you will feel that tension, you will feel that stress, and then you have to talk accordingly. Okay, so when there is a tensed environment, don't go there and crack a joke. Okay, so understand the social setting. And then of course humor is there. So crack jokes, but only when required. So humor is a mood or state of mind, and it is very important because it sets a tone of the conversation. It lightens down the tensions and stresses, and it builds trust. Okay, so it transmits the positivity. Humor is how you transmit positivity to other people around you. That's being humorous. Okay, it's not just about cracking jokes. Then respect the other person. That's very crucial. Don't fight with them, don't argue unnecessarily. If you have to argue on points, not argue with people. Don't put the onus on person, put the onus on points. Okay, then be confident, of course. And to show yourself confident, you have to maintain the eye contact with the speaker, speak in a friendly tone. Okay, and prepare something to discuss in advance so that you don't stumble on your words. So you must have done your homework. Then friendliness is again very important, as important as humor. So be kind, helpful, and affectionate. It encourages others to be less guarded or reactive with you. And therefore I said that social context is more friendlier than official context. So in official meeting, people will guard themselves. It's a business meet. But if you meet the same person on a golf course, they'll be much open to your conversation. Then emotional intelligence, of course, is important. And positivity. You have to be very positive to build constructive relationships. Public speaking, the last point is about public speaking. So you have to be very confident about your speaking. And if not, then do practice before you go to the meetings. And there are certain social networks which are specifically for this. Like there's one BNI network, business network, individuals network is there. They promote people to talk, to present their business before others, and after a few presentations you become very expert at that. Then there's another network, it is called as the Toastmasters. If you find these networks at your place or around you, do join them. Toastmasters is free, I think. BNI is a business network, it is a paid network, so you may not join. But Toastmasters is a good place. You can join it and you learn a lot of presentation skills. So that's the crucial point. Okay, pay attention and articulate your words, pace your talk with, and the tone of your voice. So your pace, your tone, and what words you use, all of these become very crucial and important. So that's it about networking today. So do take these tips and develop the skills and build very strong networks, because the bigger the network, the bigger will be your opportunities in life, right? So go out there and build your networks.